Have you ever wondered why some people seem to maintain their vitality well into their 70s and 80s, while others struggle with energy and health issues much earlier? I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and after 25 years researching nutritional science and aging, I've discovered something that might surprise you about the connection between what you eat and how you feel after 60. The truth is, your circulation changes as you age. And yes, it affects everything from your energy levels to your intimate relationships. But here's what most videos won't tell you. There's no single miracle fruit that will transform your health overnight. What there is, however, is fascinating science about how certain compounds in everyday fruits can support your vascular system in ways that medication alone often can't. Today I'm going to share the unfiltered truth about fruits and circulation after 60. Not the overhyped claims you might have heard elsewhere, but the balanced, evidence-based information you deserve. Because making smart choices about your health requires real facts, not just appealing promises. I remember meeting Harold, a 72-year-old former marathon runner who came to my clinic frustrated and defeated. "I've tried everything," he told me. "Expensive supplements, those weird drinks advertised online. Nothing seems to help." His blood pressure medication was working, but he still felt sluggish, and his relationship with his wife had become distant, partly because of his low energy. What Harold didn't realize, what many of us don't, is that circulation isn't just about your heart pumping blood. It's about the health of your entire vascular system, right down to the tiniest capillaries that deliver oxygen to every cell in your body, including those responsible for energy, mood, and yes, intimate function. The good news? Research from institutions like Harvard Medical School and the National Institute on Aging has shown that certain compounds found in everyday fruits can help support this intricate vascular network. Not by providing instant results like a medication might, but by gradually supporting your body's natural processes over time. And here's something crucial that rarely gets mentioned. The benefits come not just from eating these fruits occasionally, but from incorporating them into a consistent pattern of eating that supports overall vascular health. It's about the relationship between these foods and your unique body. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 4 specific fruits that research suggests may support circulation after 60. I'll explain exactly what compounds they contain, what the science actually shows about their effects, and, most importantly, realistic expectations for what they might do for you. If you're tired of exaggerated claims and ready for honest information that respects your intelligence, stay with me, because understanding the real connection between fruit and your circulatory health might be one of the most important things you do for your well-being after 60. Let's start with berries and grapes, 2 fruit groups that genuinely do contain compounds with promising research behind them. But what's actually happening when you eat them, and what can you realistically expect? Dark berries, particularly blueberries, blackberries, and yes, cranberries, contain powerful compounds called anthocyanins. These aren't just responsible for their deep colour, they're also potent antioxidants that help protect your blood vessels from oxidative damage. A 12-year Harvard study following over 93,000 women found that those who consumed anthocyanin-rich foods regularly had an 8% reduction in hypertension risk. A modest but meaningful improvement. But here's what makes this especially relevant after 60. As we age, our bodies produce more free radicals and less of the antioxidants that combat them. This imbalance can damage the delicate lining of blood vessels called the endothelium, making them less flexible and responsive. Berries help counteract this specific aspect of vascular aging. For cranberries specifically, their benefit isn't just about circulation. They contain unique compounds called proanthocyanidins that help prevent certain bacteria from adhering to the urinary tract. This is why they're known for supporting urinary health, which, while not directly related to circulation, can certainly affect comfort and well-being, especially during intimate moments. Now let's talk about grapes, particularly red and purple varieties. They contain resveratrol, which has generated significant research interest. A 2020 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Pharmacology found that resveratrol supplementation was associated with improved flow-mediated dilation, essentially a measure of how well your blood vessels can expand when needed. But, and this is important, the concentration in a typical serving of grapes is relatively modest. You'd need to consume them regularly to see potential benefits. And contrary to what some might claim, eating grapes won't produce the same immediate effect as medication designed for circulatory or intimate health issues. What's particularly interesting about both berries and grapes is that their benefits appear to be cumulative. A 2018 study from the University of Exeter showed that older adults who consumed blueberries daily for 12 weeks demonstrated improved vascular function compared to those taking a placebo. The improvements weren't dramatic in the first week. They built gradually over time. This points to something crucial about nutrition and aging. Consistency matters more than intensity. Small, sustainable daily choices often yield better results than sporadic superfoods binges. I always tell my patients that berries and grapes aren't miracle workers. They're team players in your overall approach to health. They work best when they're part of a broader pattern of eating that includes other circulation-supporting foods like leafy greens, nuts, and fatty fish. What about serving size? Research suggests that about 1/2 cup of berries daily or a small handful of grapes is sufficient to obtain potential benefits. More isn't necessarily better, especially since fruits do contain natural sugars that need to be considered, particularly if you're monitoring blood glucose. Remember Harold, the former marathon runner I mentioned? Adding a daily serving of mixed berries to his breakfast was one small part of his overall plan. Not a magic solution, but one piece of a larger puzzle that eventually helped him regain some of his energy and zest for life. Now let's explore tropical fruits like papaya and other colourful options that often appear in circulation-boosting claims. Are they truly the energy awakeners and intimacy boosters some suggest? Let's look at what the science actually tells us. Papaya contains an impressive nutrient profile. It's rich in vitamins A, C and E, as well as the enzyme papain. These nutrients do support overall health, including aspects of circulation. Vitamin C, for instance, is essential for the production of collagen, which helps maintain the integrity of your blood vessel walls. And the antioxidants in papaya can help reduce inflammation, which is increasingly recognized as a factor in vascular health. But here's where we need to separate evidence from exaggeration. Claims that papaya directly increases testosterone or dramatically improves sexual function aren't well supported by current research. While proper nutrition certainly supports hormonal health, there's no reliable evidence that papaya has specific hormone-boosting properties beyond providing nutrients that support overall health. That said, there is something valuable about papaya and similar tropical fruits that deserves attention: their enzyme content. As we age, our digestive efficiency naturally declines. Enzymes like papain can help break down proteins more effectively, potentially improving nutrient absorption. Better digestion means better energy utilization, which certainly can impact how vital you feel day to day. Other tropical fruits like mangoes and pineapples offer similar benefits. Mangoes contain mangiferin, a compound with promising research regarding its anti-inflammatory properties. Pineapples provide bromelain, another enzyme that may help reduce inflammation and improve protein digestion. What about cherries? They do indeed contain anthocyanins similar to berries, and there's preliminary research suggesting they may help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. A small study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that tart cherry juice consumption was associated with reduced systolic blood pressure. Additionally, cherries contain natural melatonin, which may support better sleep, and quality sleep is undeniably connected to overall vascular health and energy levels. But context matters enormously here. These benefits are modest and develop over time, not the dramatic effects sometimes portrayed in health marketing. And individual responses vary significantly based on your unique physiology, existing health conditions, and medications. I recall working with Eleanor, a 68-year-old retired teacher who read online that papaya would restore her intimate life. She was understandably disappointed when eating papaya daily for 2 weeks didn't produce noticeable changes. We had an honest conversation about realistic expectations and the multifaceted nature of intimate health, which involves emotional, psychological, and relationship factors alongside physical health. Eleanor eventually found that a more comprehensive approach, including regular physical activity, stress management, better sleep habits, and nutritious foods, including various fruits, gradually improved her energy and well-being over several months. The fruits were helpful, but they were part of a bigger picture. This points to something crucial. Circulation and intimacy after 60 are complex topics influenced by numerous factors. Nutrition matters, absolutely, but so do movement, stress, sleep, medications, underlying health conditions, and the quality of your relationships. Focusing solely on specific fruits creates an incomplete picture that can lead to disappointment. Instead, think of these tropical fruits as valuable players in your overall health strategy, not as magic solutions to specific concerns. Their greatest value comes from displacing less healthy options in your diet and providing a spectrum of nutrients that support your body's natural processes. So how do you take this balanced information and turn it into something practical that actually supports your health? Let's talk about implementation, not through extreme measures or complicated regimens, but through simple, sustainable approaches that work in real life. First, let's address frequency and quantity. Research suggests that consuming a variety of fruits 2 to 3 times daily provides the most benefit. But this doesn't mean you need massive portions. About a half cup of berries, a small bunch of grapes, or half a papaya is plenty. Moderation matters, especially since fruits do contain natural sugars. What about timing? There's no magic hour for fruit consumption, but there are strategic approaches. Berries make an excellent breakfast addition, providing antioxidants early in the day when your body is breaking its overnight fast. Tropical fruits can be particularly helpful as a mid-afternoon energy boost when many people experience a natural energy dip. And cherries, with their natural melatonin content, might be especially beneficial in the evening hours. Preparation methods matter too. Fresh, frozen, or minimally processed options preserve the most nutrients. Cooking or heavy processing can reduce the bioavailability of certain beneficial compounds. For instance, the resveratrol in grapes is primarily found in the skin and seeds, so grape juice won't provide the same benefits as whole grapes. Now, let's talk about integration with medications, because this is crucial information often omitted from health videos. Some fruits, particularly grapefruit, can interact with certain medications, including some statins, calcium channel blockers, and anticoagulants. If you're on prescription medications, especially for heart health, blood pressure, or cholesterol, always consult your healthcare provider about potential food interactions. What about supplements versus whole fruits? While it might seem convenient to get concentrated doses of beneficial fish oil compounds through supplements, research consistently shows that whole foods often provide benefits that isolated compounds don't. The synergistic effect of multiple nutrients working together in whole fruits appears to offer advantages over single compound supplements. For those with diabetes or blood sugar concerns, fruit selection and portion control become especially important. Berries tend to have less impact on blood sugar than tropical fruits, making them a better choice if glucose management is a priority. Pairing fruits with a source of protein or healthy fat, like a small handful of nuts, can also help moderate the glycemic response. Let me share a practical framework I've developed with my patients called the color rotation method. Rather than fixating on specific superfruits, this approach ensures variety by focusing on color groups. Red-purple, berries, grapes, cherries. Orange-yellow, papaya, mango, citrus. Green, kiwi, green apples. White-tan, bananas, pears. Try to include at least 2 different color groups daily and aim to incorporate all 4 groups regularly throughout your week. This simple approach ensures you're getting a diverse range of beneficial compounds without becoming overly complicated. Remember that sustainability is key. The most nutritious fruit plan is useless if you can't maintain it. Start with small, manageable changes, perhaps adding berries to your breakfast or replacing an afternoon processed snack with fresh fruit. These modest shifts, maintained consistently, often yield better results than dramatic but short-lived dietary overhauls. And finally, be patient. The vascular benefits of improved nutrition typically develop gradually over weeks and months, not hours or days. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about nourishing your body for long-term health and vitality. While fruits can certainly play a supportive role in vascular health, focusing exclusively on them creates an incomplete picture. Let's expand our view to understand the full context of circulation and intimacy after 60, because this broader perspective is essential for realistic expectations and meaningful results. Movement might be the single most powerful intervention for circulatory health. Research consistently shows that regular physical activity improves endothelial function, enhances nitric oxide production, which helps blood vessels dilate, and supports overall cardiovascular health. Even modest activity like a 20 to 30-minute daily walk can significantly impact circulation in ways that no fruit alone can match. Hydration is another fundamental factor often overlooked. Proper fluid intake helps maintain blood volume and viscosity, directly affecting how efficiently your circulatory system functions. Many older adults don't drink enough fluids, partly due to decreased thirst sensation that commonly occurs with age. Simple habit changes like keeping water visible and accessible throughout the day can make a significant difference. Stress management deserves serious attention in any discussion of circulation and intimacy. Chronic stress triggers hormonal responses that can constrict blood vessels and increase inflammation. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, or even just regular time in nature have been shown to improve markers of vascular health and overall well-being. Sleep quality profoundly affects every aspect of health, including circulation. During deep sleep, your body performs essential vascular maintenance and regulation. Prioritizing good sleep hygiene, consistent bedtimes, limiting screen time before bed, creating a comfortable sleep environment can yield benefits that no nutritional approach can replicate. For intimate health specifically, the emotional and relationship aspects are at least as important as the physical ones. Open communication, emotional connection, and addressing relationship concerns often have more impact on intimacy than any dietary change. This dimension is frequently absent from discussions focused solely on physical interventions. Medication interactions must also be considered. Many common prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, depression, and other conditions can affect circulatory function and intimate health. If you're experiencing changes in these areas, a medication review with your healthcare provider might be warranted. Let's also acknowledge the normal changes that come with aging. Some degree of vascular change is an expected part of getting older. While good nutrition and lifestyle practices can certainly optimize your health within your current life stage, they won't completely reverse the aging process, and that's perfectly okay. Adapting expectations and finding new ways to experience vitality and connection is part of healthy aging. What does all this mean practically? It means approaching circulation and intimacy after 60 holistically. Yes, include those beneficial fruits we've discussed, but also prioritize regular movement that you enjoy and can sustain. Stay well hydrated throughout the day, develop stress management practices that work for you, create conditions for quality sleep, nurture the emotional aspects of your relationships, work with healthcare providers who take your concerns seriously, be willing to adapt and discover new forms of vitality appropriate to your life stage. This comprehensive approach is what truly supports circulation, energy, and intimacy as you age, not any single food or supplement, no matter how beneficial. I believe deeply in the power of informed choice. You deserve accurate information about what fruits and other lifestyle factors can realistically do for your health after 60. Not exaggerated promises or simplistic solutions, but balanced, evidence-based guidance that respects your intelligence and agency. The truth is both more complex and more empowering than many health videos suggest. Your circulation and vitality after 60 aren't determined by any single factor, but by the accumulation of choices you make each day. Adding beneficial fruits to your diet is one such choice, a valuable one, but most effective when part of a broader commitment to your well-being. What small step might you take today? Perhaps adding a serving of berries to your breakfast, taking a 15-minute walk, practicing 5 minutes of deep breathing, or having an honest conversation with someone you love. Each of these actions, though modest, contributes to the foundation of health that supports not just circulation, but your capacity to experience life fully at every age.